Hey, everybody, look at this day that God gave us. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you can't get excited about today, I don't know who you are. You have the opportunity today to change something in your life and then somebody else's life. So if you piss this away, if you piss this day away, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Get up and get your blood moving. Motion creates emotion. If you don't like the way things are going, tell me, what are you going to do about it? That's what I want to know. You're not a victim. This is just something that's going on right now, and you will push through this. You have the power. You have the opportunity to change the narrative, to control the outcome. Man, I'm telling you what, you have no idea. You have so much more power than what you even know. Everyone is hurting. Everyone wants to quit. But God only sends his bravest warriors into the toughest battles. The warriors who come home after all the smoke settles and all the dust clears. The warriors that come home are the ones who can endure the most abuse and never lose sight of the goal, continuing to move forward no matter what the cost. Stand up. Stand up. I mean, listen, I'm cracking early, man. I'm out here grinding. Rise and grind, rise and grind. That's what I keep telling myself. Rise and grind. You got to get up and get your blood pumping. Stand up, stretch your body out. Stand up and stretch your body out. Take a minute to stimulate the largest organ in your body, the skin. Start slapping yourself a little bit. Move your blood around in your skin. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. It does. It actually kind of wakes you up a little bit, and it kind of seems silly. But you know what? It'll really start to kind of get the blood circulating a little bit. So that's the largest organ in your body. You know, so smack it around a little bit. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Go ahead and get the blood moving around in your skin, moving around. Get the blood moving and pumping into the tissue and muscles. Make sure you always stretch your legs out. That's a big one. I do a lot of walking, a lot of treadmill walking, which I'm doing right now. I do a lot of walking. Make sure you always stretch your legs out because your calves are actually the heart muscle of your lower body. You know, that's what's going to push your calves. That's what pushes your blood back up into the rest of your body, the rest of your organs, up in your torso. When the blood goes down, the calf muscle is what's pushing back up. So make sure you stretch yourself out. Your calves are vital, so you want to go ahead and keep the blood circulating in your legs, always stretching out. That's what's going to get the blood back up into your torso, back into the rest of your organs. So make sure you continue to stretch out. During your battle, if your mobility gets compromised, your journey becomes exponentially more difficult. You don't have to lift weights. It doesn't even have to be a chore. You know, in fact, don't make it a chore. Just throw a little bit of energy into changing the situation. All right, simple things like practicing good posture or performing challenging tasks. You know, challenge yourself on a daily basis. Increase your ability to stay into the battle. Always continue to stimulate yourself and continue to challenge yourself every day. Remember, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So take it slow, be methodical, and understand that only perfect practice will make perfect. So if you're going to do it right. All right? Don't allow cancer to become your identity. That's the worst thing in the world that you could do. Remember who you are. All right? Not who you are today, not this person, who you were before you got sick. The sad sack of shit that's staring back at you in the mirror, that person right now is not you. Dig down deep inside and remember who you are. So, I mean, there's a few things that you always got to consider, throughout the course of your battle. All right, and you got to remember. Listen, everybody's gonna have their own slogans and their own little sis boom bye rah, whatever. But the reality of it is that none of that stuff is pretty accurate, unless you go through the grind and unless you have been through the ringer. A lot of those pep talks are coming from somebody sitting at a desk somewhere and writing a Hallmark card or something to put on an office wall, a poster to put on an office wall. So, it's easier said than done in a lot of cases, right? But listen, adversity, it doesn't build character, all right? It's all bullshit. Adversity doesn't build character. Adversity reveals character, the character that's already inside of you. Everything that was instilled inside of you from when you were a child, what your parents put inside you, how they raised you, the morals and the values that you've had, already established inside of you. So this battle is your cross to bear. Nobody's coming to rescue you. So this battle is you against yourself and whatever tolerance you have. It's you against you, buddy. All right, so don't think that anybody's coming to rescue you. All right, this is something that you got to dig deep down. Do a little soul searching because you dig in, pal. All right, when I was first diagnosed, I intentionally didn't tell anybody that I was sick. And because of the epidemic at the time, or the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. Before the pandemic, at the time, when I was like at the worst, it was easy for me to hide it, or at least there's other things going on in the world, and a lot of people didn't care about me being sick. They had their own fears going on, right? But I never wanted to be the sick kid, the sick kid in the back of the class that, we all grew up knowing somebody like that. I never wanted to be that kid, and I never wanted to be the topic of conversation. So for me, this was a personal journey. And I never allowed being sick to become my identity. I didn't even want to tell anybody that I was sick. I knew I was on my own. And this battle was me against me. I was my biggest opponent against myself. And I had to grind in silence. It was nobody else's story. This was my cross to bear. And sometimes you just got to go into the shadows and grind in silence. But don't blink, because we're gonna see each other again. All right. Hey, listen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. I'm so grateful that this platform continues to grow, and I'm so grateful. Thank you for tuning in again. I'm actually multitasking today. But I think this is like episode 31 of Beating Cancer Today, the broadcast that we do weekly. I think this is episode 31. So many incredible things happening right now. Oh my God, so many incredible things. The things that are going on our Facebook page, on our group page, Beating Cancer Today, the dialogue that's going on, and I've been getting a few success stories lately, which is always encouraging, from people emailing me and, just telling me about their journey and recent scans that they've gotten after doing this protocol. And they're getting great results, positive trending, and some of them even no evidence of disease after a very short period of time. So all that feedback that's coming, thank you so much, guys, for doing that. It kind of validates all of our efforts. It really does. As always, you can find us on just about every social media platform under the title of Beating Cancer Today. However, our Facebook page is is where you'll find most of the documentation that we refer to in this and every episode that we do. But hey, regardless of what platform you're watching us on, take the time to like the video and share it with all your friends, and ask those friends to share it with their friends. So we could try to build this network of information and get it to the right person, the person who needs to hear it the most. A lot of people are in need right now, so we need to try to grow this platform as best we can. So please share the videos and like and subscribe and all that stuff. All right, I love talking about this repurposed medicine and what it's starting. I'll tell you, it's starting to appear. Just saying, starting to appear as if it was an intentional effort to overlook this medicine and the obvious efficacy of the medicine in combating disease. It's literally ignoring something that is smacking people right in the face. So that's unfortunate. I mean, it's not unfortunate, man. It's criminal. I mean, for people to ignore the obvious that's sitting right in front of them, and they make it taboo, that's tragic. It really is. But they ignore the obvious remedies and benefits of the repurposed medicine in the battle against disease. For the purpose of this broadcast, it's cancer. Nobody likes to really say it out loud, but we talk about cancer, and this repurposed medicine is effective in the destruction and eradication of the disease. But it continues to be suppressed. But the repurposed medicine that I'm referring to is a fenbendazole-based cocktail consisting of 5 ingredients that have all been proven scientifically through different medical research that they have specific benefits in the role of destroying disease. All of these ingredients have been clinically tested and proven by a major cancer institution, and then they publish studies that are attached to our featured section in our Facebook group page. All right, so beating cancer today. Hashtag beating cancer today. The 5 ingredients in my cocktail are fenbendazole. It's a fenbendazole-based cocktail, anti-parasitic, curcumin, cimetidine, AHCC, and annatto. Those are the five ingredients of my cancer cocktail. All right. Listen, folks, I'm not a doctor. I have no education or scientific background pertaining to pharmaceuticals or biology. All right. Don't get it twisted. I'm just a United States Marine that was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer, and I was sent home to die after all the Western medicine options were exhausted. I mean, they did a good job. They kept me alive long enough to find repurposed medicine. All right, but when they sent me home to die, that narrative didn't sit right with me. You don't know me very well. So when they sent me home to die, it didn't sit right with me. So I changed the narrative so I could control the outcome. If you don't like what you're hearing, do something about it. Change the narrative so you could control the outcome. These five ingredients for my cancer cocktail, they've all been clinically proven to be effective in the destruction of disease. However, they're not the end-all be-all. All right, it's not like the last straw there. It's not the end-all be-all. There's other things that are out there that have been shown to work for people. For instance, recently I've been getting deeply impressed with the feedback that I've been getting from people pertaining to the combination of ivermectin, berberine, DMSO, and HMB. those are items that I would seriously consider adding to the cocktail in the event that you are looking to broaden your approach. All right. I love the dialogue. I love the dialogue on the page. Sorry. I love the dialogue on the page. And it's really, truly everything that I hoped that it would be when I started it. I wanted to encourage everybody to look at the Facebook group page under the announcement and featured section. To find like the specific information that you're looking for, and most likely there's answers to any initial questions that you might have, and there's probably going to be answers to questions that you didn't know that you had until you come across it, and then you're going to say, "Oh my gosh, it's a good point. I should have thought of that." But always feel free to DM me or email me, or and actually, you could even look towards other people in the group for their input. And I'll tell you why. I've met so many great researchers through this group page. In fact, many times I refer back to a post on a page that somebody else did, and I look back to those posts when I'm answering an email from somebody. Specifically, I look a lot at that post that's up there. It's pinned at the top, Randy's protocol. That's a great document to have posted up or pinned in my featured section on the page there. I strongly recommend anybody who's watching that if you're watching these videos and you're battling cancer, at a minimum, use my 5 compound regimen that I refer to as my cancer cocktail. All right, which that could be used while undergoing chemo or radiation treatments. And if you use my regimen in a disciplined manner for 3 months, and you don't have any clinical benefit whatsoever, which it would shock me if you didn't, but if you don't have any clinical benefit in 3 months, you got to make a change, right? I mean, you're not going to continue to do something that is already shown to not work, right? So you got to make a change. I mean, don't hesitate to make a change, please, because I mean, the definition of insanity would be to continue the same thing that's not working and expecting different results. So please, don't hesitate to make a change. If you don't have good results in 3 months, cut and run. And if you're looking for other options, there are plenty of other options. In repurposed medicine, there's a ton of options that have been clinically proven to work and be effective in destruction of disease. I would strongly recommend going even more aggressive than the 5-ingredient protocol and just quadruple down. I would go, if you're not having good results with this protocol after 3 months with my cancer cocktail, I would recommend you throttling down and get more aggressive. And I would actually go with what's posted up there, Randy's protocol. It's posted in the feature section of our group page there, Beating Cancer Today. But this is a little bit more of a complicated protocol due to having more ingredients. I think there's 18 ingredients in that, but they're all scientific evidence. There's all scientific evidence to support that each one of those ingredients, they all have cancer-killing compounds in them. All 18 ingredients of the cocktail, or that Randy's protocol rather. So it'll require a lot more discipline to adhere to, but it's well worth the effort. It's a little bit more complicated, and 18 pills is a lot to keep up with because you're doing it more than once a day, So it's a little bit more, requires a little bit more discipline, But if you're organized enough to do that, it's well worth the effort. But I do think that my 5-ingredient cancer cocktail, it's got a pretty good success rate right now. So with this new information, there will be more questions. There will be more questions, and I welcome all of the inquiries. I do. We're building an incredible database of research and people who are sharing, their knowledge and all of the scientific research that they've done, that they've produced evidence of to support their comments and whatnot. So, listen, all scientifically supported input is welcome on this page. Your dialogue on this page contributes to a clearinghouse of information that we otherwise wouldn't have without your dialogue. So some of you may have seen the post. I mean, listen, I allow everything. I don't censor anybody, all right? So some of you may have seen the post of the guy who is encouraging people to drink their own urine as a cure for cancer. I didn't delete it, but boy, I did poke fun at the suggestion, and I think it's important to leave that up there as well, because it's it may not be ridiculous to some people. I mean, I'm taking horse medicine, but hey, I digress. Although I welcome all inquiries, and I pray that they continue to flow. Keep them coming. All right. Please understand that even though you just want to ask this one question before you look first on the page, I know it's just this one time. For you, it's just one time. But for me, it's every time. So if I'm answering questions to somebody that it's black and white right there on the page and all you had to do is look, there's a stack of other emails that I'm not answering from people that don't have the time to wait. So I don't know. It's I really do want to reach each one of you guys personally. I do. But I post this information on the page so I can reach more people, and then in return, I can spend more time, on a personal level with people, so, but I even relearn stuff when I go back and review the information myself. So some of it I forgot I ever even posted. So it's worth a refresher. It really is. I mean, we all learn a lot of lessons in this battle, and I honestly pray that those lessons guide your future, all your future endeavors. I really hope that your future endeavors are guided by the lessons that you learn throughout this battle. You should hold close to your heart the strength that carried you through the toughest of times, and make that your steadfast companion. Make that who you walk with. The strength that you developed in this battle. Hey, listen, everybody wants to be a hero. Your legacy is etched in the tapestry of heroism. A testament to the indomitable spirit that defines you. Everybody wants to be a hero. As you leave the cancer behind you, you'll find a lot of peace and fulfillment. And with that peace, you'll be able to find gratitude. And ironically enough, you could never sustain happiness until you find gratitude. So it's all linked together. Listen, go take a shower, shave your face, or ladies, shave your legs or pits or whatever the ladies do or whatever. Wash your hair, brush your teeth, Throw cold water on your face. Throw a hand grenade into the middle of whatever thoughts that you have right now in your head and change the narrative. The only difference between a rut and a grave is 6 feet. How about that? The only difference between a rut and a grave is 6 feet. Get your head right. Snap yourself out of it. Shake it off. Get your head right and get back in the fight. I'll be talking to you guys real soon. Stay vigilant and be a warrior.